Hey, what's up, guys? Wayne Chappelle here, your favorite broker and host. And as you can tell from the title and the thumbnail of this video, this is another Kobe Bryant video. However, what I'm trying to achieve in this video is for you to be able to draw inspiration from Kobe's life, right? From not only his successes, but also his failures, and be able to draw inspiration and use this. And as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as real estate professionals, we draw a lot from our inspirational, what I'm calling the inspirational fuel tank, right? We draw a lot from that fuel tank. And just like a car, whether it be a gasoline car or it be a electric car like a Tesla or something like that, both of those vehicles need to pull in to either refuel or recharge, right? So hopefully you're able to get some inspiration from this video. If you guys have been following me on the channel, you know that there's 3 key objectives I have to putting out content on this platform. Number 1 is to provide information. Number 2 is to provide insight. And number 3 is to provide inspiration, which hopefully I'm going to do with this video. Kobe Bryant is considered one of the GOATs, one of the greatest of all time. My daughter was probably his #1 fan. She immediately got attracted to the Lakers and to Kobe Bryant when I was stationed out in California when I was in the Marine Corps. And also myself, I was able to, and still am able to draw inspiration from Kobe Bryant, over the years as I followed him, as well as my daughter being his #1 fan. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this compilation. This is one of the first videos of its kind that I'm doing on this channel. And my sole intent is for you to be able to watch this compilation, draw inspiration, fill up your inspirational fuel tank so you can go out there, make it happen, have a blessed day, all that good stuff while you're pulling inspiration and also grabbing nuggets of information that you can use to implement into your business and your life. So hopefully this video helps you out. Hopefully I'm doing Kobe justice here, but stay tuned and let's roll the video.
Kobe Bryant now, he's going to be retiring after.
I remember season 1. You said, who is this kid?
His 20th season, all with the Lakers.
Had one of the greatest careers in basketball history.
The body just will not allow him to be what he once was any longer.
No one understands what it takes to be great.
The force that drives you to do what others don't.
The sacrifices made, all with one purpose in mind.
Push yourself to become better.
The extra seconds, minutes, hours of work put into perfecting one's game.
Lifting yourself above the rest.
To make sure your name will forever be synonymous with one word: greatness.
What does it take to be great?
Work ethic, determination, drive.
It takes ability, it takes a desire.
Baylor moves on Russell again, turns and puts up a tremendous field goal.
I think it takes years of players relying on you to take the big shot, make the great play.
Do the things that bring success to the team. That's what it's all about.
It's getting out and measuring yourself against others.
And I think that when you have an attitude like that, I think that's part of greatness.
At first I met Kobe. Kobe was just out of high school. He was out here for a workout, and I've never seen anyone work out as hard as Kobe.
I've never seen anybody that prepared. He was 17 years old and was ready to play NBA basketball. That's pretty amazing.
I think Jerry West was the one who said this. He said, I want this kid because this kid has more talent than anybody I have playing for me right now. And he had a great team. Just a kid who would never take a night off. Even if it wasn't going well, it was always going to be trying to slay the dragon.
If you don't have that type of work ethic, you don't get to enjoy the benefits.
Out to Kobe.
Killer instincts is not the confidence in yourself. I can make this shot against anybody. I can make this play. You want to win.
There's extra pressure to play for a team that is expected to win, but that's an incentive that most athletes enjoy. They want to prove to everybody that they can deliver.
81 points for Kobe. It's the most points scored by one individual in a game since Wilt Chamberlain.
They call him the Black Mamba. I mean, man, deadly. He was just, to me, one of the greatest ball players I've ever seen to play basketball.
His quickness and agility and ability to get his jump shot off from anywhere, you had to respect that. He was an issue for the defense.
Well, I think the Black Mamba is appropriate. He makes shots with guys draped all over him, you know, falling down, left hand or right hand. I just, witnessed him doing some amazing things.
The Lakers are champions, back-to-back titles. The LA Lakers, the 2010 NBA champions.
When you're able to go all the way to the top, you feel that you put your name in granite, more or less.
The ecstasy of winning it all and being the best player on the planet for his tenure.
I read a quote that you said you love business as much as basketball. There's no way that's true.
It's 100% true.
There's no way. Basketball was your life, your passion, everything. You're telling me you love doing business as much. If you could, basically snap a finger and be 25-year-old Kobe or the Kobe today, you wouldn't go back and keep playing basketball?
No, because I've already done it. See, here's the thing. When I was playing and teammates would say, oh, Kobe's not out on the road. What is he doing? You see me on the plane, he's reading. What is he reading? He's writing. What is he writing? Mm-hmm. I'm practicing. Mm-hmm. I'm writing. I'm practicing. I'm understanding how to tell stories. I'm reading Joseph Campbell and how to create arcs, compelling arcs and plots. I'm reading that stuff. So this is going back 15 years, right? So I don't just retire, write Dear Basketball, and luck into winning an Oscar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That stuff comes from hard work and from studying for 15 years how to write and how to organize structure, right? And you can't do that without having a serious love or commitment to the craft.
And that's, Alex has told the story, but your rookie year in Seattle when you started investing in real estate and basically while you were playing baseball, also getting, working in business and learning the ropes in business.
Yeah, I know. Kobe and I have so much in common. We kind of came up at the same time. But one of the things we have in common is we would show up at universities. And I know he would show up at Duke. I took classes at Columbia Business School, Miami Business School. And people are like, why aren't you on a yacht? Why aren't you on vacation? I'm like, I'm practicing. I am getting ready. I don't know when they're going to kick me out of this game. And at the same time, it's not just about moving forward, but also it's about having fun. I agree with Kobe. I sometimes forget that I played basketball in the major leagues baseball for 23 years. Yeah. Because I'm so excited in the moment, being present.
Yeah. That sounds really weird to people.
Right.
They think we're lying.
It does.
Really
I feel like you're lying.
How is that possible? There's no way, man. I remember I said, I told somebody, I said, listen, if what I do in the next 20 years is not better than my last 20, then I failed.
Jerry West, Michael Jordan was like a big brother to you. Yeah. Brian Shaw. I know there's a lot of people that influenced you in a big way, and we're going to get to that. But in the business community, some of the titans you've talked to, tell us some of the people you've learned from the most and some of the people that have mentored you the most and some of the people you look up to.
Yeah, so the people I've learned from the most, when I had the idea of first starting a studio, the first person I called was Oprah Winfrey. And we sat on the phone about an hour and a half, 2 hours, went through the history of building Harpo and things that she felt she did well, things that she felt like she didn't do so well, and kind of walked me through her journey, to help me on mine. Another person is Mark Parker, CEO of Nike. He and I speak often. He's really helped me through a lot of decisions. Tim Cook and Johnny Ives, Apple. So I would say those three are the biggest ones that have had the most influence in what I'm currently building now.
Any common theme between those three that you kept saying, they keep saying the same similar thing?
The amount of mistakes that are made, right? Because we tend to look at them and say, okay, they don't make mistakes, they don't make bad decisions, and that couldn't be any further from the truth. You all make mistakes, you all make decisions, and you just continue to plow forward. You continue to figure it out.
So you were quoted on CNBC as saying that you'd rather be remembered for your role in jump-starting tech companies than your skills on the court. Can you talk to, what's that about? Is that about the opportunity you have to touch a lot more lives now? Is it about lasting legacy versus fleeting moment, although I think your career is already a lasting legacy. That's a pretty big bar to set for yourself.
Well, I mean, it's you know, I think you have to challenge yourself to evolve and to grow. And I couldn't think of a better message for, you know, athletes in particular, because it's very easy for us athletes to kind of lose ourselves and our identity by connecting who we are to what we do. And I think that's a very dangerous zone to be in, right? So it's common sense to me to be able to say, okay, the next stage I'm going after with the same intensity, the same attention to detail, the same curiosity. So of course I'd want to be better at that than I was in my previous career. We talk about this often, and we always talk about the fact that you can learn a lot more from the failures than you can from the successes. And you have to figure out where those landmines are, and then how to best avoid those, or help entrepreneurs, and ourselves included, figure out the clues of where those landmines are. You know, not that you're going to avoid all of them,
right?
But it's also, when you do step on one, figuring out, okay, how do you recuperate? How do you balance back and, you know, pick yourself up?
What are you hoping to accomplish? What kind of change do you want to make in the world?
Just try to help put entrepreneurs in the best possible situation to be successful. That's all it is. And, you know, it starts with the entrepreneur, you know, and it's them having a vision of how they can make the world a better place. I mean, I'm sure we've heard that ad nauseum, right? But if they have that passion first, and if the product that they're creating has a true purpose for existing in the world, you know, you got to start there. And we just want to help them be successful. Yeah, it's just the truth. It's the truth of the company. It's the truth of the athlete. What is the truth of the story? Right? It starts there, man. It starts there. It's not trying to say, okay, I'm going to create an idea that's never been created before, or let's use our imagination to come up with something that the world has never seen. That's not it. It's not it. It's, what do you want to build? What does your company stand for? And how do you think you can make a dent in the world? Right? And then once you start from that truth and understanding who you are, then from that, the idea will emerge. But you can't, I don't believe it can be flipped. I'm sure it happens sometimes, and imagination strikes and all of a sudden something comes. But that'll be fleeting as well. You know, but if you start with the truth, and the idea comes from that, then that's when you have something that lasts forever. It's been amazing. You know, I'm notorious for just cold calling people, man. You know, just pick up the phone, call them up, and let's just talk. You know, there's nothing in particular. I just want to talk and just, you know, explain to me how you see your business. You know, how do you operate the business? You know, Johnny Ives in particular, I mean, it's just fascinating, his process of creating design. And when I was playing, when I did that, I used to try to connect the dots between how John Williams would compose a score for a film, or Johnny Ives would design a new Apple product, and how does that connect to how I play the game of basketball? Is there something there that I can learn that can be used when I step out here on the court? I mean, there's lessons that surround us. I mean, life is basically a library. You know, all we need to do is just open our eyes and look and ask and read accordingly. Well, I mean, in business, it's a little different. You know, I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge, right? But you always want to outwork your potential. You know, as hard as you believe you can work harder than that. But there's a quote from one of my English teachers at Lower Merion named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And that's something I always live by. You know, I'm not going to rest now. I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
Rest at the end.
Rest at the end.
What does losing feel like to you?
It's exciting.
Why is it exciting?
Because it means you have different ways to get better. There's certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of, right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up, right? So it was exciting. I mean, it sucks to lose,
right?
But at the same time, there are answers there if you just look at them.
Because you get the information from losing more than from winning, probably.
Yeah. I mean, the answers are there when you win too. You just have to look at them.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a constant process. It's exciting when you win. It's exciting when you lose, because the process should be exactly the same, whether you win or you lose. As you go back and you look and you find things that you could have done better. You find things that you've done well that worked. You figure out how did they work, why did they work, how can you make them work again.
Yeah.
And but the hardest thing is to face that stuff. That's a really, really tough challenge. I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. I think that's what greatness is or should be. It's not something that lives and dies with one person. It's how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person that then inspires another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever. Yeah. And I think that's our challenge as people, is to figure out how our story can impact others and motivate them in a way to create their own greatness.